Hi, everyone. This is Steve again. We're doing another mission update with this time with Frank and Debbie. Been a while since we've done one of these with them. They've had all kinds of hurricanes and all those ugly things that happen in Florida. But yes, that's such a hard place to live, especially right now. But anyway, I
Yeah,
digress. It's good to see Frank and Debbie. How are you guys doing?
doing
Doing
great.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just was commenting on my sweatshirt and their t-shirts. So anyway, little contrast into where
it's a
we live.
little cooler today. It's high's only 70.
Yeah, yeah, it's a little cooler here today. The high's like 35. So anyway,
Oh,
but yeah, it's not bad. So tell me, how are things going with Connect Church and just life in general there in Florida?
Both are doing well. We're staying healthy and staying plugged in, doing all kinds of stuff. Volleyball, pickleball, all the things. The church is doing really well. Uh, this time of year, our snowbirds are in, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're coming to church. But they come south, but then they want to travel, and they're on cruises and they're go doing other stuff and whatever else. So they're really kind of in and out. But we're still running, in the 80s. If everybody shows up, we're upper 90s. But it's doing well.
Well, I think that to me is exciting, especially because this is kind of a new type of ministry for Free Will Baptist folk targeting on a particular age group, especially the senior adults. So I'm excited about it. I think it's really neat what's happening there and how God's been working. So describe a little bit about just an average Sunday at Connect, um, just how the day goes and just kind of the service and
okay.
what folks enjoy when they come.
We start at 9:30 with coffee and donuts, so our people show up about 9 o'clock. They start showing up, and but our service time is 9:30 to 10 for just coffee and donuts, and then services start at 10, and we have just the traditional do the announcements, song service and preaching. And then every once in a while, Frank will throw something wild and crazy in there. So when he talked about the flood, he had people stationed throughout the congregation with squirt guns. So water came from the air and, to make things lively and fun.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and it's memorable too. And that's
Yes.
what's neat about it because
Yes.
they might not remember the story, but they remember those water guns and then they remember the story. So
Right, right.
it's cool. It's a good idea. So Frank, what do you think's been the I mean, obviously we know the Lord's behind everything we do and we really don't have much success without him, but what do
Right.
you think's been really the key thing to reaching folks there in Florida?
Well, understanding the culture is a big thing, but it's also understand the culture of an older adult. But then there's also the different cultures that are blended together. You've got a lot of Catholics, people that grew up Catholic, and what that means to them. They don't understand baptism and just some basic things that Protestants would understand. And so trying to just make it somewhat repetitive uh, and being very scripturally based is something that has really drawn them in. So I don't do a lot of I don't know how to really word it right. I don't do a lot of self help stuff. We go through books of the Bible, we go through sections of the Bible, and we just take it verse by verse, paragraph by paragraph. And I know that sometimes can sound boring, but we try our best not to make it boring. I mean, I engage with the congregation. I even push them around once in a while, showing about what repentance is. Sorry, and just showing them that's not repentance. Repentance is when you stop doing that kind of a thing. So not only just talking the scriptures, but trying to make it real for them and what it really means. And they've been very appreciative of that.
Yeah, and I think it's not boring to go through the scriptures in that way. In fact, I think it's really healthy for a church, and I think it really leads to good discipleship taking place. So, well, let's kind of wrap up here with just some prayer requests, some things you'd like for us to remember over the next few weeks to a month.
Well, some bigger things are our facility, our sanctuary part of our facility, it's not very big. It's basically 2 rooms. You've got a sanctuary, then we've got where we meet for coffee and donuts. But our sanctuary aspect is getting pretty full. So we need something bigger. In searching for that, the cost effect is just astronomical. We're currently paying $8,000 a month for almost 4,000 square feet. To buy something, just a acre and a half of land anywhere close to here is $2 million. If you got something on it, then it's up from there. So it's just so the cost of doing something different is just it's just mind-boggling. But so that's a big prayer request is what do we do with our facility in the future? Of course, 2 services makes the most sense. Not everybody wants to do that because you split everybody up. The church seems smaller, all those different things that go with it. But we desire prayer for that. We have everybody just seems to be engaged. Whenever you ask somebody to do something, they're ready to do it. The people are good. We have some leaders that are stepping up. Got some people that are taking turns on Thursdays with our Connect Bible study and taking a chapter of the Bible. So that's really good. So I guess another prayer thing would be just that the Lord would continue to work with our men and women that are stepping up in leadership positions and taking on some roles they're not used to, which is good. That's really good. But they're also going to be looking for direction and intervention. And when you step up to those leadership areas, you're going to be under more spiritual pressure and attack. So that's a prayer request. Continued health for us, all of us. In fact, I asked yesterday at Connect Study, said, what's your goals and visions for 2025? And they said, to stay alive.
Stay alive in 25. It works well.
When you're in your 70s and 80s, that's, stay alive. So continued health in all those areas. But and just, I don't know, what do you think?
I was thinking we got a lot of COVID and bronchitis and stuff going around, and we have some that are battling cancer and they're afraid to be out in public. So just health at this age, everybody has to be really careful. So
right. Well, good. Well, we'll remember those. Debbie, just before we go, we're coming into Christmas week here. Besides the weather, how is Christmas different in Florida than it is in Missouri?
Really just the weather is the only different thing. We're still having, Christmas dinner and candlelight service and traditional Christmas things. Where people come from is how they typically celebrate Christmas, if they typically have pasta or whatever they do. So, but pretty much just like we did in Missouri for us.
Good. Well, I just want to thank you guys for taking the time today, and also just, let you know we love you and wish you a Merry Christmas, and just so excited and thankful for how God's using you there.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Connect with us on Facebook. You'll see a lot of pictures and things that take place that we do. We try to do something all the time. So just you can get more information there.
Very good. Until
Merry
next
Christmas.
time.